Hi there everybody, my name's Christopher Harrison, I'm Mr. H the teacher on Twitter, and here is my classroom tour. So here is my classroom as the children will walk in and see it in the morning, and I'm just going to give you a little quick tour around. So we've got super high ceilings, we're very lucky to work in a really old building with quite a decent amount of space. Obviously it has its DIY issues, but yeah, it's a lovely place to work. As you come into the classroom, just tucked behind the door, we've got a little Zen zone for any children who need a bit of space or time to themselves. We've got ear defenders in there, sand timers, and obviously our plasma ball, which is a firm favourite in the room. There tends to be a child in here most times through the day, just because of the needs of the cohort, and it's just a really nice space for children to settle. As we go through here, lots of book donations there, which is wonderful. Now this is my pride and joy, our Pride Journal, which we've got across Key Stage 2 now. And in this, it's a space where children can recognise and celebrate the successes of their friends around themselves in the class and around school. So lots and lots of wonderful comments in there, encouraging our children to share positivity about their friends. We've got our sunshine board, which we use for our positive behaviour systems. We've got our reflection journal, where children can share any marvellous mistakes that they've made and jot them down and share them with the rest of the class to support them with any learning they're doing in the future, and really celebrate those mistake-making processes. And I, as the teacher, log in there regularly because I make plenty of mistakes. We've got our pride values up on the wall, our passion, resilience, intrepidity, dependability and empathy, and all of our conversations around positive behaviour for learning revolve around those. I tend to have a different little question on the board each morning for children to explore as they get cracking for the day, and we've been working on decimals recently, so it'll be interesting to see how many different ways they can represent 0.35, so there's always something on there ready to go. Although recently we've discovered a morning challenge, which is a brilliant website which has been shared on Twitter a few times. I'll tag in the creator. I can't remember his name off the top of my head, but yeah, these have been fantastic. Lots and lots of talking points on these, some nice quick maths, geography, history, which as a geographer myself I'm delighted to see. Yeah, this has been really good, and we have this on every morning now. Going into my reading area, we've got books that are coming soon at the top, which are books that I need to read to quality assure and make sure they're suitable for the children in the classroom. We've got dictionaries and thesauruses. We've got enough dictionaries for one between two in the cohort. Also got walkie-talkies, radios for around school because we're such a big building. Lots of picture books celebrated across the top, and a collection of the books we've read over the last 2 years, because I've been very fortunate to have a lot of the same children over the 2-year cycle. We've got accelerated reader books in the classrooms. We do have an accelerated reader library, but at the moment we're not using that space quite as much, so we're putting them into the classrooms now, which is brilliant because children get a new accelerated reader book whenever they fancy, and just a big chunk of my personal collection of information text and anthologies and things. There's always books celebrated, so that's what I'm about to go on to reading. Currently reading The Infinite at the moment, which is fabulous if you're looking at anything to do with time travel or the future. It's a wonderful book, that. We've got lots and lots of picture books on display. These are the topic texts that I'm gradually collating over the couple of year cycle, which you'll see in our topic text spine, which I've shared a few times. Our current class read, so we've got our class author up at the top, Thomas Taylor class, and a celebration of who he is and his writing, and our class book, The Girl of Ink and Stars, celebrated pride of place in the classroom, next to Vipers, which is what we use for our sort of reading questions in the classroom. Got a nice little reading space here, just any children can come here at any point through the day and just chill and have a good read. We've got a little Flotsemporium here inspired by Malamander and Gargantis, where we celebrate our class author. Up on the walls we have red, yellow, green and blue, which state our children's level of confidence with the work that we're doing at the moment. This all links to our work with Reflect Ed and Rosendale Research School on metacognition. Spinning around, we've got the Wow Wall, our super work up on display, some fabulous Ragnarok writing, sort of narratives, a bit of Viking non-chronological reports, and also loving putting clipboards on display because it means you can put children's books straight up on display during the session, which is super quick displays and saves any cutting and faffing and backing. Also got obviously handwriting across the top there to support presentation and letter formation. We've got maths working wall at the back of the room. I tend to like writing on this board, but as you can see, we're sat in rows facing the front, so it's not quite as ideal for teaching off, so I tend to write on large sheets of paper on my whiteboard at the front and then pin it up at the back at the moment as a reminder. More books, which will come as no surprise. These are my personal collection. So my personal books I haven't labelled with accelerated reader labels, just so the children can differentiate between the two. But yeah, lots of picture books and lots of really exciting books for children to have a good nosy at. Then we're on to our writing working wall, which we're just getting started on a new unit of writing, just getting cracking on some newspaper reports. So couple of examples from some of our sort of first drafts of some sections, and our riskometer, which we use to talk about the level of risk that children take in their writing. So we don't talk about good writing and bad writing, we talk about the level of risk that children take, and we celebrate children who take bigger risks with their work as we sort of go through that writing journey. More books, surprise, surprise. Lots and lots of books sort of tucked away in here. Some really, really nice books that I've been accumulating over the last couple of years. This is the first time I've been in the same year group 2 years in a row, so it's been really nice to collate books. So I was mixed year 5, 6 last year, and now I'm year 6 this year. Got our topic text on display. We're doing the Jamie Drake equation by Christopher Edge, because we're going on to a space unit at present, which is fabulous. Got our year 5, 6 spelling rocket words up the wall, and some sort of twinkle style reminders for Spag across the wall, but I try not to have too much. And then we're just in the process of collating Chromebooks, hopefully to have 1-to-1 Chromebooks for our year 6s. So I'm just getting these charged up and prepped and ready, which would be wonderful. Going to just behind the other side of the door, so full loop of the classroom, we've got different trunks of wonderful books. So some of my absolute favourites from Richard O'Neill, various other ones sort of tucked away in here. And then this wall is a bit of a work in progress at the moment. We're going to be using this for sort of sentence building and construction, so a bit of a almost like Talk for Write story mapping in a way. So that's pretty much it for the classroom tour. You can hear sort of gentle music in the background. You can't smell it, but there's essential oils down to make the room sort of smell nicer instead of smelling of Lynx Africa with it being year 6. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll be sharing our school library next. Okay, so this is our jungle library space, labelled up with accelerated reader books, trunks for some small world stuff, and a little shelter for children to tuck themselves away with a reading book, some different artefacts that we discovered in our attic, and trunks of reading books again. Lots and lots of author and illustrator posts and some wonderful stuff up on the wall to boost that love of reading. And yeah, just a really nice little place for children to tuck away with a reading book.